to go.
Right. Hello, good day everyone. My name is Sarah and I will be guiding you through a 45-minute meditation today. So it is Good Friday, and that can mean a lot of different things to different people. So just kind of focusing on something that means something to you, and you can kind of place that as a little bit of an intention, a little bit of a seed here for your practice. I would also like to mention that you honor any physical limitations or injuries that you have, just being very mindful of that as well. There's a couple different props I have here today. I've got a couple foam blocks that you can use, a couple different sizes. We've got a blanket as well. We've got a bolster. I'm sitting on a foam block as well. Feel free to use anything at home that might replicate that, like a couple phone books, possibly blankets or a chair cushion, anything that will just make things more comfortable for you. And then also for today's meditation, I would like to offer a mudra, which is a hand gesture. And when combined with breath, they help to guide energy flow between the brain and the body. So they're quite powerful, and totally up to you if you'd like to incorporate that into your meditation. One I have for you today I'd like to offer is the Apana Mudra. So that is taking the first finger and touching the tip of the third and fourth fingers together. And so this is a really nice mudra to cleanse and detoxify, to renew. I thought it was a little bit appropriate today, just with reincarnation and rebirth. Springtime is coming, great time to do some cleaning. So yeah, just an offer for you there. But it's a really great way to bring your attention back to something if you find your mind wandering. The breath is a really great way to anchor ourselves in our practice as well, but I find that the mudras are really great too, to keep ourselves present in our physical body. So beginning our meditation, just seated here for a moment. So finding a comfortable spot, folding the legs however feels good. If you are in a chair, that's great as well. Just keeping your back off the back of the chair, sit bones nice and rooted, feeling nice and long. Spine is feeling like it's lifting up towards the heavens, so just nice and lifted. And we can close the eyes or we can bring the eyes to a soft gaze ahead. And just starting to arrive into the room. So we're not changing anything yet. We're just noticing maybe the smells, sounds, maybe noticing the feeling of what it feels to be seated where we are. Turning ourselves inward and trying to take ourselves from the mind to the body. We spend a lot of time in our brains all day long, so it's a really nice change to put our attention somewhere else for once. So closing the eyes with a soft gaze, just noticing the body, noticing the breath. If there's another way that you'd like to begin your meditation, maybe by pulling some cards from an oracle deck or tarot deck, or burning some sage, maybe finding some stones or crystals that resonate with you and laying them out or holding on to them. Just finding something that's really personalized. And sometimes what I like to do as well is to bring a candle and sit a candle in front, so that if I get a little stuck, I can bring my visualization back to that candle, imagining that as my inner fire. So I encourage you to light yourself a candle for your inner fire if you need. And then drawing ourselves inwards. So just finding a little bit of stillness here. Nothing too crazy yet. We're just starting to quiet the body, quiet the mind. We might have a couple little thoughts that are starting to kind of come in. It's okay, we'll just let them float on by. Hanging out here for a moment or so. Noticing that breath, not changing it just yet. And I would like to offer a chant to open our meditation today. It is a very popular one that is chanted in meditation. It's called Om Namo Gurudev Namo, and it means the honoring the teacher within me as well as the divine channel of wisdom. So we're really acknowledging our inner teachers here. So chanting is a really great way to dive into that vibrational energy. And if it's something you've never tried or you'd like to experience, then I invite you to follow along here. So Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om, O-N-G, Namo, N-A-M-O, Guru, G-U-R-U, Dev, D-E-V, Namo, N-A-M-O. And we'll go for 3 rounds. On a full inhale, and on the exhale, the chant. Inhale, exhale, chant. Inhale, breath, exhale, chant. All right, so inhale to fill up the belly. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om to the sky. Gaze can follow. Exhale, hands through heart center. Hands in prayer. One more inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, rubbing the palms. Rubbing the palms nice and fast together. Nice and fast, nice and hard. We burn on our own terms. We burn because we choose to. Finding that heat, finding that inner light. Breathing deeply here. Another inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. One more big inhale. Rub, rub, rub. Exhale. Let it all out. And pause the hands. Press the palms in. Thumbs into the sternum. Feel that vibrational energy into your heart. Feel the heat. Feel that warmth. That's your fire. That is you. You are here and you have energy. And it's beautiful. One more big inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center. If sitting here in your comfortable seat is really feeling great for you today, and you'd like to do a bit of a body scan in a seated position, then please do. For anyone else who would like to do a bit of a body scan lengthwise in Shavasana, please make your way down to your backs. Really going to feel all that energy really coursing through the body here. So finding yourself onto your backs, maybe using a bolster, anything under the knees if you need to. Feeling that heat coursing through the body. And I invite you to take up a bit of space here. So maybe Legs open nice and wide, arms open. Maybe the arms are above the head if it's okay on the shoulders. Maybe you'd like to bring your hands into belly. Maybe one hand to belly, one hand to heart. Completely up to you. But I don't know about you, but my hands are still vibrating and I want to feel that on my heart and in my belly. So that's where my hands are going right now. So here we are in our Shavasana. Now we're relaxing, but we're still present and we're still active here in our meditation. So now that we have drawn up some energy, we've gotten our breath started here, let's begin to deepen the breath even more so. So on the inhale, breathing in through the nose, and on the exhale, lengthening through the mouth. Each exhale is getting longer and longer. And on our next inhale, we'll start to draw our awareness up through the soles of the feet. So if you're a visual person, you might want to picture white light or something like warm honey just enveloping the body. So beginning at the soles of the feet, with our inhale, drawing that awareness upwards, coming over the tops of the fronts of the feet. Feeling that awareness and that breath starting to climb up the shins, making their way to the knees. And on our next inhale, feeling that breath, that swirling white light, making its way up to the fronts of the thighs, coming into the middle of the thighs, to the base of the spine, our root chakra. And I invite you to take another breath here. One more breath into our root chakra, our survival, our sense of security. One more inhale here. And let it go. Our awareness moving upwards now with our breath, slowly inch by inch, making its way to our navel, our belly button, and pausing here, sending some breath to the internal organs that lie below. Maybe sending that breath even further, so far that it goes past the body and into the earth. You might begin to notice that every exhale and every inhale, you start to feel a little bit more part of the earth. And on the next inhale, moving that awareness upwards still, feeling it joining the rib cage and starting to spread outwards to the sides. That breath of awareness begins to move to the back body now. Slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, making its way to the back of the neck. I invite you to take a breath here into the throat, the front of the throat being our ability to speak our truth. And our next inhale into the back of the throat, our ability to be heard. And on our next inhale, feeling that awareness moving upwards still to the jaw. And can you soften here? And that awareness moves upwards still between the eyes to our third eye point, our intuition. You know so much more than you think you do. And I invite you to take a breath here. One more breath here into the top of the head, the crown chakra. And on the exhale, imagining our white light, our warm honey just spewing out of the top of the head. And then I invite you to take 3 full cycles of breath on your own, imagining on the inhale, drawing the energy up through the soles of the feet as if they were solar panels. And then on the exhale, imagining the energy spewing out of the crown. So on the inhale, drawing the energy up through the body, feeling it move through the body. And on the exhale, letting it go through the head. Inhale, drawing that energy up, feeling it navigate through the body, feeling the space. And on the exhale, letting it go. One more big cleansing. Inhale, drawing inwards and upwards. One more sip at the top. And exhale. Letting go all the air, drawing the belly button to the spine. Beautiful. And I invite you here to maybe wiggle the fingers and the toes, inviting a little bit of movement back into the body. Taking a nice big inhale to fill the belly. And on the exhale, rolling over to your right hand side. So, rolling onto the right hand side into a fetal position, maybe using your lower arm as a pillow or grabbing a blanket or a block just for the time being. We're only here for a moment. And as we make a little bit more space for the heart, I invite you to set an intention. And it could be for the rest of your meditation, and it could be for the rest of your day. Whatever it is, sealing it with 3 cycles of breath, remembering that heat that we made at the beginning of our meditation. When you're ready, nice and slow, using your top arm to press yourself up, back into seated. And maybe finding a block to sit on, just to help rotate the pelvis into a more neutral stance if you have a tight pelvis. So finding yourself into a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like. Bringing the eyes closed or with a soft gaze. Hands wherever you'd like. Possibly bringing your hands back into Apana Mudra with the thumbs, 3rd and 4th finger connecting. And if you'd like to bring the hands facing palms down if you're requiring a little bit more grounding today, or palms up if you're looking for a little bit more energy. And you might want to even pull away some fleshy bits just so that we can get really onto our sits bones, feeling nice and heavy and rooted, with a gentle bit of a lean back, slight tuck of the chin. Snuggling those shoulder blades down the back. And if you're finding it hard to get a little bit comfortable here, we can even start by just inviting a little bit of movement with some circles in. If you're feeling a little bit of jittery, sitting just isn't working right now, just breathing, some movement. We can go the other way. And then when it feels okay, we can find ourselves back to seated. Closing the eyes, shaking it out. And we can also bring ourselves back to our flame if we have it sitting out in front of us here. So a little bit of breath work here before we have our quietness. And I would like to offer some Kapalabhati breathing, which is also known as skull shining breath. And it's also very cleansing, so keeping with our theme of detox and renew. So if you've never experienced Kapalabhati breathing, or you'd like to, or are not familiar with, so what it is a forceful exhale followed by a passive inhale. So really focusing on the navel here, and all the movement will be from this navel. And so traditionally it's in through the nose, out through the nose. If you'd like the mouth open, that's totally your choice. So with a forceful exhale, pressing in through the navel so hard that when we relax, we will, without even trying, inhale. So I'll give you a little bit of a demo. So really pressing in, and you know, it might take some time, and you might even want to bring your hand to your belly just so you can feel mechanically how that is. It might take some time, but with practice you'll get it. So we'll do 3 rounds of 30 breaths. And if that's too much for you, no problem. You can take a break, resuming normal breath, and come back in whenever you'd like. So taking a nice big inhale, cleansing inhale, cleansing exhale, cleansing inhale, begin. If you're having some trouble with your Kapalabhati breathing, using the mouth can also be an option too. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale. Exhale. Cleansing inhale. Beginning for second set. 3, 2, 1. Excellent job. Now that may take some practice. It's really great for toning the abdominals, toning the breath, quieting the mind. So I invite you to practice that any time of the day. It's closing the eyes, quieting the breath. If you have the need to itch the face, readjust, try your best to sit still. Try your best to stay in the moment. Try your best to keep on. I invite you, with the inhale, finding a little bit more length in the spine. And on the exhale, finding a little bit more grounding in the sits bones. So with every inhale and exhale, there's this very subtle push and pull, lift and sink within the body energetically. And using that breath, can we further smooth out any tension that's lingering in the body? We can also draw ourselves back to that body scan, imagining a white light on each area of the body, starting from the feet up. Just noticing as best without judgment as we can. Where is your breath? Are there any areas in the body that it seems to flow quite freely? Are there any parts that it seems to feel a little congested? Has the stillness begun your mind to wander back to your to-do lists? Draw it back with the breath. Draw it back with the sounds that you're hearing in the room. What are the smells? What are the contact points with which your body is touching the earth? Can you weigh in a little more to those places? Maybe those places that are touching the earth, maybe they start to feel warm. Maybe you feel that heat. Our inner fire. Maybe that heat, it starts to warm the base of the spine. Like a piece of metal sitting on an element. Slowly starts to get warmer. Starting to feel that conduction of heat moving up from the base of the spine. First feeling it moving up the vertebrae, the back body. Now starting to feel it more inside, like the bottom lid of all of our internal organs. You can imagine that we're taking the lid, the top lid, now we're closing it right on our crown. So we've got the bottom lid under our spine and the top lid on top of our crown. We're feeling that warmth, that heat from the bottom, slowly making its way upwards. Nice and slow. Feeling that heat in our internal organs, our digestive fire. Not only how we digest food, but how we digest life and our emotions. Fire is starting to get warmer and warmer. Our breath is stoking those flames. The breath that is circulating around in our body is starting to increase the heat. The heat is starting to increase so much that a little bit of steam starts to form inside our container. Not a painful hot steam, but just a nice, cozy, warm. As we start to feel that heat rising a little higher in the body, feeling that steam starting to form, you might notice a couple emotions starting to make their way into your awareness. Maybe you've gotten a little uncomfortable from where we're sitting or how you're sitting. to the breath, to your breath. Now feeling that heat, that steam is getting even hotter here. And our awareness is now coming up higher into our container, more to the lungs and the heart, to our upper organs now. During that breath, and awareness to our heart, maybe sending a little bit of gratitude somewhere. Maybe the gratitude is to your heart. Maybe it's to something else. What is something that you can be thankful for in this moment? Is it your breath? Is it the stillness? Maybe you're just grateful for this opportunity at trying to find stillness. And that's okay too. Because all we can do is try. Where is your breath? And where is that heat in your body? Is there somewhere else that you would like to send your breath to? We'll remain here for 10 more cycles of breath and invite you in this stillness to really reconnect with your breath, your intention for yourself. Finishing the last couple cycles of breath on your own wave of breath. And inhaling the arms up to the sky, hands into prayer, and on the exhale, bringing the hands through heart center, bringing the thumbs pressed into the sternum, bowing the head to your heart, to your practice, to your light. yourself, thanking yourself for showing up for you. And I invite you, releasing the hands down, fluttering the eyes open, maybe a nice smile, maybe a nice little thank you to yourself. And then unraveling the legs, feeling that blood flow coming back to the body, and making your way back to your back onto Shavasana or any other posture that might feel comfortable for you to just let your meditation settle in. So I invite you here, take up some space, letting all that blood flow rush back into all the limbs, maybe feeling a renewed sense of calm, maybe feeling a little lighter, maybe feeling a little more grounded. Invite you on your inhale, reconnect with that intention that we set, and on the exhale, letting go of everything you don't need, that doesn't serve you. Inhale, filling up the body with that nourishing breath and intention. Exhale, letting all it go, what we don't want, we don't need. One more big breath into the body, and exhale. And just to close our meditation today, we'll do a body scan from the bottom of the soles back to the crown of the head, and seeing if it feels a little different from when we began. So on the inhale, drawing up that energy from the soles of our feet, feeling the awareness come up through the legs, into the hips, the belly, the chest, coming up to the arms, the throat, up into the head, the eyes, and the very tip of the crown. And from the inhale to the exhale, drawing that from the soles of the feet all the way to the very tip of the crown. Feeling that flow, that personalized ebb and flow of what makes you you. And stay here for as long as you need to. Thank you all. Hope you enjoyed your 45-minute meditation today. And I hope that you're able to take a piece of this piece that you've just found into the rest of your day. Happy Friday and namaste.